ladder.
Hello there. I don't know what that meant. But welcome to the Tales of Revedia. As we play D&D to the best of our ability and try not to die. Over here we have our cast of characters, all of which except one having the wrong names on the actual stream. But that will be briefly corrected because I fucked up.
Class.
On our far right, labeled as Rick Rock, but really our good old Ranger Zelthar. You've seen him before. He's the guy with the plus 36 to hit, and he never fucking misses. I'm not frustrated. You are.
No.
To the bottom left, we have Sparks, our wild card Tabaxi. He's essentially if you made a character and it was just made of dice. As after recently purchasing a Wand of Wonder, things are going to get a lot more, how do you say, chaotic. I think that's the right word.
You did this.
I did, yeah, I know. I know. Oh, I know. On the bottom right of our screen, we have our party's cleric, Jung M, who does not have any strange relationship with skeletons whatsoever. Oh, Ethan, you didn't dab. That was part of the script.
I dabbed at the beginning.
Oh, you
weren't
did?
paying attention.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
I didn't get the script notes for this week.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Just make sure no one please don't cry during the TPK. It's just gonna make things so weird. With that, above him we have Kalis, our giant bundle of animals and deer minotaur. As the wild soul barbarian, I believe that's what they call it now.
Yeah.
Soon getting its official release actually in this new upcoming book, so make sure to check that out. It looks interesting to say the least. And lastly, we have our ever skeptical and wearing Kingdom Hearts amount of belts wearing character of Terran.
Just like 2?
Is it 2? I thought in the art that's definitely
No, this
coming.
is a lot of daggers.
Okay, well, I'm blind and also trying to be funny, so that's why I'm fucking up here. But yeah, we have the party. Here's the party. You've seen him before. And just to briefly recap what happened last session. So as the party had made their way back to Revedia, after a very well-timed level up, as the party sorcerer was able to teleport them back to their location and having their boat follow behind them, they had a bit of a shopping spree, picking up a few magical items, as well as why they were still in the city of Ignoble Fall. Jung-im picking up a ship for the crew of the Forgotten. However, the shopping day went a little awry, as Zelthar, one of the last to come back from his journey, found someone had attempted to pickpocket him, or at least that's what he initially seemed, but it turns out they had placed something in his pocket instead, and as he followed that target back to the outskirts of town, eventually leaving them to their peace, and going back to the to their sort of dormitory, the Bronze Flame. He noticed the letter that the person, possibly, had left with him was rather strange, as it carried the symbol of his house, one he hadn't seen in quite some time. And upon reading the letter, it was discovered that something was happening in the north, and that Zelthar was to quit his childish games and return immediately. And around that sort of moral quandary is where we left off, with Zelthar unsure of his next actions, and a few other members of the party, i.e. Kalis, wanting to make their way into the Moving Wilds to warn their allies of the upcoming invasion of the Shadowfell. So with that mouthful, what would you all like to do first? As you guys have pretty much settled most of the things you need to in town, but of course if you still like to take care of anything you can.
We'll have something we need to do. And find someone that I can give money to pay my crew when they get here, just in case I'm not there for it.
Right.
Wasn't there someone that they said in the guild that could do that? I didn't write down the name, but I think I remember that.
Is there?
Helena, if you told Helena, she'd be able to manage that. She's
Okay. Do you want
she's
to play that out, or
essentially a glorified
assuming
babysitter
that
for
she would
most of the guild. I'm sorry, say it again.
We're gonna play that out, or
Okay.
I'm asking you.
I mean,
Question.
we don't have to. I figured this would have been something you would have already done.
Okay. Then I am satisfied.
Okay. Is there anything else anyone wants to take care of while they are in Revedia? Nope on Terran, nope on Kalis. Got us nice shiny Mizium armor.
What
I
does
believe.
Mizium do?
I don't even fucking know.
It's got a fancy effect that makes me more resistant to magic.
Oh, it's like evasion for strength and con,
Ah, that's nice.
I believe.
I would like to write my usual letter to Lara, but other than that, nothing else.
Alrighty. So with that, as you guys finish taking care of your the last minute business you have in the city, has those that brief around a day and a half or so of rest will have to do for now. You all begin to head off northwards towards the moving wilds. It's like northeast. So, do you want to say something?
Oh,
I'm
me?
sorry. Oh yeah, no, I heard a noise. I'm sorry. I thought okay, you're all good if
No,
not.
I'm just just nervous is all.
Alrighty.
The spotlight and everything. It's hot.
And making your way through the city is fairly uneventful, as there's the normal hustle and bustle of crowds going throughout the city. You guys find yourself leaving through the eastern entrance and down the pathways to the north, where you'd eventually split off across the river. So, yeah, I don't think for the sake of brevity, I'm not going to have a group of bandits, at least at the moment, rob a 10th level party, 9th level party. I don't think it'd go well. I
You
just
sure?
get.
What are you talking about?
I don't
I
know
mean,
if
there could be
it's.
more than bandits.
Yeah.
Oh, but Elijah, we
This-
play croquet with our heads.
Bones.
Okay, I do not approve of that part, at least. But I cannot stop it, technically. But yeah, as this area of the land's definitely being one a lot safer than the routes you guys have usually traveled over your adventures throughout the continent. And eventually, as you guys make your way across the ferry and find yourselves at the very northern tip of the moving wilds, Kalis, you see it before you with this sort of almost nostalgic feeling as this sort of massive stretch of woods kind of goes or stretches across which you can see the horizon. And there they lie before you all.
Could I ask one thing, sort of like in our character's recollection, not in the present, not like living the present?
Yes, of course.
So what we know about the sort of father's sort of conspiracy, please correct me if I'm wrong, but it's just that he's planning an attack during the summer solstice in the time of 3 months, maybe shorter now. The summer solstice being the time when sort of the fey creatures experience very acutely, almost in sort of like a trauma flashback. All of their sort of like anger and rage they felt, and sort of roll into a frenzy. And the Shadowfell forces are seeking to sort of like use that to embroil a war in the material plane.
From what you know from Byung Yang, it's similar to that, but a little bit more to it because beings of the Shadowfell are also powered off negative emotion. So it leads to like imagine like Avatar, like when the fucking meteor like showed up and shit. like where it's basically was it the meteor where Sozin's comet showed up?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm like, which
Yeah.
avatar meteor? It's
Yeah.
a comet,
Sorry. Yeah.
Firebenders and Susan comment.
Yeah, essentially. Where this sort of clash of forces is coming together as the Fae kind of reverting to a more rabid and natural state, sort of amplified. I wouldn't call it rabid,
Feral?
but feral. I think feral is a good word for some of them. Kind of amplifies that of the. It's this very fucked up symbiotic relationship. At least that's what the plan for the attack is.
So are they planning to attack the Feywild, or are they just like entering the mortal plane at some point at a coinciding moment?
I was under the impression that they were using that to move all of their shit over to the mortal plane.
Precisely. Yes. It's a prime opportunity to fuck shit up.
Okay, so we just
Probably.
don't know where they'll attack, really.
Considering that the capital is a prime target, I think there's a. I don't think you guys have nailed down the exact location, but there's been a few places recommended, like the larger cities or areas.
Right.
Anything else?
Um,
Alright.
just. Alrighty. So with that, I presume it's safe to say you all.
We'll.
We all skedaddle?
Yeah, oh yes, sorry, I was responding to something. So, as you sort of take a moment to collect yourself, as you remember the sort of shifting and winding paths of the moving wild to get to this sort of small enclave in which Aelwyn resides. You guys venture into the moving wild, and my dogs flip the fuck out for some reason.
There's a ghost.
No, there's a car in the driveway. No ghost, please. I don't need that juju. Not today. I can't handle that right now. 2020's been enough. But Kalis, I would like you to give me a survival check as you're making your way through.
That's your jam. That's in camera. That's in frame.
I guess as I make this, what's sort of like the character of these woods in particular, I suppose?
So around a lot of the edges of the moving wilds themselves. Oh wow, 25? Yeah, pretty fucking good, I guess. Is these sort of what are the words I'm looking for? A lot of these sort of like large, like deciduous type trees, most of which reaching or around, at least in this area, around their full-grown height. So, well, they technically keep growing, but a lot of them reaching up to several hundred feet in the air. But you know from personal experience that as you go deeper into the moving wilds, their nature becomes larger in some aspects. Like you'd find plants and shrubbery similar to that of like California sequoias or redwoods and things like those. These massive towering trees that sort of dominate the landscape.
There's the best trees.
But outside of this area seems to be more conventional forest, at least on the edges.
Right. I'm not sure if we're quite there, but at a certain point I would point out sort of like where the edges of the wood had been lumbered, and there's sort of like a not even just like the not like a clear-cut logging line, but there is a clear place where it like stops, as if it's like just interrupted, even like mid like cut and things.
And as you guys move southwards, you would definitely see it. What's it called? Go ahead.
Yeah, Kalis would just say like something like, "This is where the Revedia had sent over some of their logging parties, and we don't know if they knew at the time, but they had cut down some nascent Ents, awakening trees as they were still sleeping and coming to being. It went badly.
As one might imagine.
But there's still these Ents and these still growing Ents, let's say, peppered throughout the moving wilds. So let's hope we meet one, wouldn't you say? They're great beings full of much wisdom and vast in age.
I'd rather not.
I've never seen an ant before. What's an ant?
It's a big tree that squishes people.
Oh, that's no. I'd prefer no squishing.
Big tree that squishes.
It
Like
moves,
fall?
it has arms and legs, and it likes to stand on people that it doesn't like.
Kalis will like proffer up Gnarlheart and say, my teacher, Gnarlheart, he was a forest queller, though he was an Ent, and this was but a part of his arm, though it doesn't look much like an appendage. He was immense.
Oh. What happened to the rest of them?
Wait. You fight with his arm?
Yes. Yes, I took it up the same night that they started felling the nascent Ents.
I thought that was Brunhild's like home. She lived in a Trent's arm.
Yeah, she lived in the boughs of Northheart. The man.
Oh.
The man, the tree, the legend. I can't not. I'm sorry, guys.
I'm sorry. Was there something else? Point of contention? I might have lost.
Nope.
What, Ethan?
I can't really hear you, Ethan.
Can we meet him?
Gnarlheart was killed. That's why I took up his limb. You see,
Oh.
I'm going to show you the
Sorry.
hack marks at the base of Gnarlheart.
I'm gonna try to console him and saying all things die.
Roll for persuasion?
I don't know about that one. But
Yes, that's. I suppose that's true, although in this instance, he was murdered.
Oh no.
yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I think Chaos already knows that things die eventually. I think that's. I feel like the nature guy would understand that. It's a part of the circle of life. But Kalis, you would know. That as you guys move deeper and deeper into these moving wilds, it's very unlikely that much time goes by before you're fated to run across a forest queller of some kind.
Interesting.
Sparks is gonna have his eyes wide open, looking for the scary treants.
Give me a perception check.
Really, just, I mean, be on the lookout for anything. I mean, could be any sort of fake creature who's taken up vows.
Yeah, but like not all of them can stand on me.
I mean, you're kind of short, so probably a lot of them can.
Hey, a 20's not too bad.
Taryn, shut up. Okay, I'm almost as big as you, almost. And he kind of just sort of stands next to you, you know, like stands on his tippy toes.
Long cats.
Mm-hmm.
How tall are you, Sparks?
I was originally 4 feet, but I think I wild surged, then I grew a bit.
Indeed. Yep.
Like, I'm
Permanently?
like 4'3"
Yep,
or
permanently.
something, 4'4", yeah.
I remember he was like 9 feet at one point.
Yeah, you know, that's when I enlarge. That's that. But there is one that permanently increases or decreases your age, or permanently increases or decreases your size
Nice.
by a couple of inches in a couple of years.
Yeah, you're still pretty short.
But a 20 on perception's pretty solid.
Shut up.
Well,
Not you, Elijah.
Oh.
Talking to Atomic, having to go my size.
And as you find yourselves moving further into these wilds, probably journeying for about a half hour or so, Sparks, did you catch a sight of something unusual?
What?
And if it weren't so shiny, you probably wouldn't notice it. As you guys are walking about, sort of just for a moment, flitting through the woods, maybe about 50 to 60 feet ahead of you, you just see a flash of silver.
Uh-oh. Bye, Sparks.
Sparks positions himself so he's in the center of the group, surrounded on all sides by meat shields of the party, and whispers to Taryn, "There's something in the woods."
There's a lot of...
Because she's the smallest person and the only person that can reach her. You know, the whisper in the ear. I'm never going to be able to whisper to Jugum unless I fucking jump.
There's a lot of things in the woods. You're going to have to be more specific.
Something moving. Silver.
There's
very
a
quick.
lot of moving things in the woods. You're going to have to be more specific.
Very quick.
There. I'm gonna look where I imagine he's frantically pointing.
No. I'm not
Or like
pointing because I'm trying to, I'm trying to be stealthily about how I'm doing this and try not to, if it is watching.
I'm gonna look around covertly to see if I can see what he's saying.
Mm-hmm. And as you do so, sort of glancing in his direction, you don't really see anything. There's some wind and a few leaves falling falling from trees, but nothing too particularly noticeable. And then, just for a split second, sort of something darting under, like from leaf to leaf to leaf as it goes further into the forest. You also see this sort of flash of silver. And then another as a foo, foo, foo.
Does it look like it's moving naturally or like along the same line?
They don't move exactly the same, if that's what you're asking. It seems that 2 different things are moving, not like an echo.
Does it look like it should be moving that way, or is it like...
I mean, it's fast and you've never seen anything move, if that's what you mean. Like... whatever it was, just...
I'm gonna go up to Kalis and like tap on his shoulder and be like, "Hey, bud. There's the thing that's moving real fast."
Right. I think I see what you mean. Hello there. It's Kalis. I sort of just say into the brush. Um, uh, we're friends. These are my allies, and we've um, come to help. We wish to speak with Aelwyn, or if anyone else can take a message to the village.
So, as you do so, as a few brief moments go by, a sort of forest is kind of filled with this, not filled with it, but there's this sort of standstill as there's just this silence going throughout the entirety of the forest. And then you just feel this buzzing sensation on your shoulder. And you sort of look to your side and you see this sort of small fey-like creature, or the small fey creature, what's it called? Skin, this metallic silver colored with this, what's it called? Extremely white, bright, or like bright white hair. She goes, Aelwyn, well, you know Aelwyn. You talk too slow, hurry up. And you recognize as a quickling has, seems to be presenting, or not presenting itself.
Not.
Who are you? And you see, watch as he, or you don't watch, but you feel as he shifts over to your other shoulder, sort of standing above you, sort of like looking you in the eye, trying to see past your muzzle. Just
Kale's probably like during this conversation just trying to like follow him unsuccessfully with his eyes.
Ears,
answer the question.
ears flick.
I'm clearly as you are, in a way. I'm a denizen of this forest, and I've returned from my travels for a time.
And he's sort of, what's it called? Kind of going back and forth. And what are those? You think you can take those back to the village?
No, we don't really want to go back. We just wanted to find someone on this side. I was Gnarlheart's apprentice, if you knew him.
Yeah, I think my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather knew that guy. Yeah, what about him?
He'd vouch for me if he was here, that's all.
Oh, where is he? Not a very good vouch, eh? Whatever. I guess you look kind of like a deer. You know, you're not exactly one of the human-looking type things. You look a little funny. Sort of looks you up and down. It's like, all right, let me check real quick as you feel the sort of, as it's like the slight rummaging in your pockets, and you feel like running up along your legs. All right, well, you seem good enough. I don't know about those ones, so, but it can't be too bad.
Cool. They're cool.
Oh no, what's it called? Well, at least we already checked that one. In Jungum, you see another one of these familiar, like, silver, white-haired creatures sort of perched up on your shoulder, just sort of staring you up and down. It's like, oh, you're a funny looking, ain't you?
Hello, I'm Jungum. Nice to meet you.
Oh, you all talk slow. You must be not on the brightest side. Alrighty.
I love
So what do you
them.
want, dear boy? I forgot.
Right. So we need to find Aelwyn, or this any sprites, really, anyone of that village, and we need to get a message to that village or to any sort of communal space in the Moving Wilds or the adjoining Feywild.
Ah, okay. So if you want to say Element, that's definitely going to be possible, but... Yeah, sure. No, that can happen. Yeah, no, that's the thing that we can do. You know, if you find Element, you know, she's always all over the fucking place. You know, find Element, you know, you're in the... And he's sort of... You watch as in his, like, frustration, his words sort of just phase out, so it's just... It almost sounds like a bee buzzing. Just, like, right next to your ear. And you can see your look of confusion. He's like, "Oh, I forgot. I got to talk like this for you guys."
That is actually much better, thank you.
I can get Aelwyn, but it might take a bit, because she's been a bit preoccupied lately, because there's been some stuff going down, but I'm sure it'll be fine, just give her. As he sort of checks and
Yes, good. I understand. That's really helpful. I appreciate it. But what's going on with Aelwyn? What has happened?
just some business by the entrance. Some business by the entrance to the portal.
There you go.
Just some. I was talking to Spice about it the other day. Well, I wasn't talking about it. My great uncle told me about it, and apparently there's something going on with some hags or something like that, but they're mostly taken care of. They're just having a no, they're fine. They're fine. It's just keeping them in the Feywild, because sometimes they like to get out, but sometimes they like to stay in. It's a weird little thing,
Just quick question: can the rest of us hear this conversation, or is it too close and buzzy?
It's you guys can hear it. It's more like hearing it isn't the issue. It's comprehending it. As you guys find yourselves trying to keep up as it's just going at a mile per minute.
What would that be? That would be.
No, it's just. I think it's just difficult in general as opposed to rolling.
Yeah, you don't have to roll. You can understand. It's just obnoxious to listen to.
I was just gonna say, if we can, once I catch up in my head, oh, that's what he's. Do we have to, Kalis? Do we have to see your friend? Can we just have a message passed on to her if she's busy?
I was hoping she would be the messenger for us to tell everyone in the village because I trust her. But I guess it depends on who we run into.
Well, you know the way, dear boy. If you're going back to the village, it's not too far out. I'll send word ahead that you're coming on the way, and I'll see if she can make you down here. You know. It's not that bad.
Yep.
Would you like me to cast slow on this thing?
No, Sparks, no.
Listen to what you're saying?
Quicklings are friends, not
I mean, it wouldn't hurt
food.
them. It would just we could talk to them at the same speed as.
I do not think they would appreciate it.
How do you know?
Yeah, it's quite simple, really, and you feel this sort of tug on your nose as he's back on Kalos' shoulder with this sort of small tuft of hair in between its fingers. Don't be an asshole.
I'm gonna kill every single one. He must to himself.
Kalis turns to the party and is like, well, rule number 1 of the Feywild. Don't be an asshole.
What?
That's a good rule.
No.
Are we in the Feywild?
No.
You're not in the Feywild, no.
Okay.
This is just
heart attack right there.
You're not in the Feywild,
Yet.
but you're getting there.
I'd like to avoid it, not because I'm necessarily worried about it, but the time thing concerns me the most.
Hey, we could go back in time. I've heard that.
Well, it's the lack of certainty of the time thing that worries me the most.
Indeed, that's why it would be ideal if we could find someone to convey the message for us.
So is this village where your friend Aelwyn is that in the Feywild, or is it not?
It's her home in the Feywild.
So we don't want to go there.
What are you talking about? We could hey, if we could find somebody that's the equal, the high, what's it called? Lara spoke of it once. I can't remember the names, but we go into the Feywild. They're really good at magic and maybe a bit of trickery, but they can send us back when we need to be. They can kind of semi-control the time. Maybe there's one in the village that you're going
Sounds
to.
like a lot of maybes, and I don't care for that.
Well, we need to do the thing for Kalis, though, don't we?
We do.
Eowyn doesn't spend all of her time in the Feywild. There's a good chance we could run into her out here.
What about
Indeed.
one of
Hey.
these quick friends? Can they go and find her?
I never really got on with them that well. Honestly, as a kid, I spent a lot of time talking to Ents, so they just sort of gave me a headache.
I think we're gonna have to do this one, by ourselves. And let's be fair, those little guys are bastards.
They're
And you
fine.
feel the
They're
sharp
just
sting
like,
across your face.
You do that again, and I'm gonna fireball this forest.
Oh, please don't. Please.
Sparks.
I'll do it.
I will snap your wand in half if you do that. You cannot do that here.
It's
I'm
not my
surprised you
wand
said-
that's gonna come from.
Anywhere else.
I'm surprised you
Please.
said wand and not spine in that sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Let's go look for your friend.
Okay.
so just everyone
Real quickly,
has
before
a
you all do
forest.
so,
Oh, go ahead.
as you guys begin to take your first steps back onto the travel, I need everyone to give me a dexterity saving throw.
As we're like heading through the forest,
Anyone wearing shoes needs to give me a dexterity saving throw.
do I see what's happening?
I win. I don't wear shoes.
I would say in this instance, not this time.
I have my cat's feet. Why the fuck would I wear shoes?
I didn't say you
Anybody
were wearing.
else
I said
Fucking
any.
cats and shoes.
Anyone with feet on the ground?
Perfect. That. Oh man, I wish I would have got one of you guys.
Hey, nat 20.
Damn, Jiga.
I need to roll the
nice.
dexterity save then.
No.
Yes.
Well, if he's not wearing shoes, he doesn't
No.
really.
Do we need to take our shoes off in this forest, Candace?
Anyways, real quick.
No.
So you guys,
Anyway,
so as you guys are beginning to step back off onto your journey, luckily you all managed to catch yourselves. It seems all your laces have been tied together.
Motherfuckers.
I'm the only one here that actually is wearing metal armor, right?
Technically, period boots wouldn't have laces.
But it's magic. Shut up.
They like AT-AT us, like with the
Oh.
metal
Write that
hump.
down real
Wait.
quick.
Actually, what do I have?
Does Kalis have shoes on? Does he have hooves?
Yeah, I don't wear a shirt or shoes.
Well,
I'm barefoot.
the roll was anyone who wore shoes, so you're good anyways. But yeah, sorry. Continue on as you were. I was just hoping somebody would fall.
You jerk.
So Sparks, everyone, just so we're 100% clear, I was trained to be a forest queller. And quell any disturbance, threat,
Okay.
or sickness in the forest, and lay them out at the base of trees, preferably awakening Ents, and they would feed off of them and grow stronger.
Cool. So
Feed off of their bodies.
you kill troublemakers. Got it.
Okay,
Cool.
let's
Yeah.
get. I sneeze fireballs. Why are we in a forest?
Restraint.
Not today? Could you not today?
It's not a choice. it's often not a choice.
If the character was made of dice.
So I'd like to point out, I just checked this while we were talking, and it turns out that my wild surges can be triggered by using one charges.
Just a random fun fact.
Yeah.
So, with that,
Let's just all play it cool. Cool.
Just make good choices, Sparks.
oh my god, you sound like such a fucking dad. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's right on my middle school informational brochures.
Like, I know you can be better than this.
Live up to your potential, son.
Oops.
There you go.
So, sorry about that. So, as you guys, begin making way further into the moving wilds, through this, not exactly a pathway through here. The only real trails are those left by forest creatures, during either their hunts or travels. But eventually you find yourself at a vaguely familiar spot, Kalis. As sort of stretched before you is this sort of small pond, where you had spent several afternoons after teaching with Gnarlheart.
Gnarlheart.
That's the Halloween version.
No, nope, that's not Dracula.
And being able to pick this up about maybe 40 feet away, sitting on this sort of mostly rotten log, kind of laid down in front. You see sort of leaning back onto it, this small pixie-like figure.
So just with this sort of dynamics of this, is there any sort of possible way to identify a pixie at range? Like to visually notice who they are?
Sure. I'd say getting a little bit closer, you would recognize the... Nah, bro, that's like a 4-inch tall creature, 60 feet. Give me a perception check.
It's fine if not. I'm just kind of trying to understand.
Oh, I see.
I'm not proficient anymore.
Man, you're doing really fucking good in these rolls today. Just sort of the, how do you say, the sort of lackadaisical nature, despite being in the middle of the forest, possibly even working right now. You have a pretty strong feeling as to who that is.
Okay. Right. Shit. Well, then I'll just sort of walk up and I'll just sort of slightly raise my voice and say, "Hey, Lewin, how are you? I've come with my friends to speak."
And you sort of see for a moment as a small pixie-like creature sort of rises up, and this sort of fluttering of wings as this sort of arms crossed, scowling face begins to slowly approach you. She goes, "Well, well, well. Look who's back. Took you long enough, eh?"
A lot's happened since I've left.
Yeah.
Has something happened in the Moving Wilds as well?
It has, but forest quellers have it taken care of.
This event I hear with the hag.
Sort of frowns. Seems like they don't talk too much only to me. What about it?
How have you been? Is this... Was your fight with them full of peril?
It is currently, and it still is at the moment. or it seems to be, or it's going to continue to be. Why is a Revedian in here? Sort of giving like these sort of narrow eyes towards Taryn. The elf
They're
I
not
can let pass.
like normal people. Just know that much. I've been traveling with them to try and quell the waters between us and the civilized places of the world. There's a lot of danger out there, and we've found a particularly dark one, and that's why I've come back with a warning. I need you to tell the village, to tell everyone in the Moving Wilds.
Well, what is it? Are they coming back?
Not that I know. Not the humans. No. Dark beings, these enshadowed elves from the Shadowfell. They don't move on their sister dimension. They're targeting here, or at least they're targeting during the summer solstice. They're going to try and use the upheaval among us to bring over armies into the world. We don't know where they'll go, but it's very possible they'll be on the banks of Revedia, on the banks of the forest.
She sort of stands there in silence for a moment. She looks up and she sort of averts her eyes back towards you. So, with all that being said, oh shit, sorry, my throat. I suppose you're going to go back with the rest of them, and we'll just figure it out here then, now that we have our warning.
No, I've been hunting these people for a month or more.
So be it then. She's sort of more looking, not necessarily angry, but just dissatisfied. I haven't spoken to it myself, but some of the elders of the village were speaking of what's the word for it? I'm sorry. I believe it's called the living root. This sort of large, like almost like Great Deku Tree, like sort of creature that sort of has its influence around the moving wilds. This ancient creature that sort of resides in the central area of it. But she says they've been saying it's been saying strange things now. I'm assuming that was just a premonition of this. Hopefully nothing more. So, don't want to hold you up too long. I know you have business to take care of.
Wait, Eowyn, I know it's perilous, but can we not catch up? I haven't even introduced you to my friends, Taryn, Juggun, Zelthar, and Sparks. There was one other one, but I don't know what happened to him.
It's a pleasure to meet the four of you.
I wanna insight check her.
Go for it.
Not like that I'm suspicious, but I just want to like try and figure out, like try and see if I can get a gauge of.
Is it actually a pleasure?
It wouldn't be a Taran if you didn't insight check.
That. Yeah, exactly, but like,
Yeah.
I know that it's not actually a pleasure, but just sort of like I want to insight check, like what does she really think about Halus?
Okay. Oh, you can.
I
Okay.
want to hold up my hand for a handshake.
Can you do it? Roll 20. You get it.
How long are you gonna hold it out?
That wasn't great.
It's still him, so she's like, just
Forever.
smiling, holding her hand out towards
Forever.
her, just waiting.
That wasn't great. But at least I didn't roll it lower. That's like, I think I rolled the same thing as I rolled last time, actually.
Jugun, sprites don't exactly shake hands. You can just sort of like a no contact greeting, if you will. Just sort of do the sort of differential
Socially-
involved.
Would you say it as socially distant greeting?
Yes. Yep.
Classy. I'm gonna look over towards Gabriel and look over back towards the Tootsie and be like, well, and I'm gonna curtsy. Yeah, curtsy.
Sort of. So yeah, Taryn first. So first, it seems there's some sort of maybe a small amount of maybe a smidgen of resentment in there. Based on the tone of voice.
What?
Just not. It's she doesn't like you, but it seems more frustration is aimed towards Kalis than towards the group of you at the moment. But Jungum is currently talking, so that could change any moment now. But yeah, just sort of briefly, sort of nods at your curtsy, Jungum. It's a pleasure. It's just, you've picked up a very strange group.
Yeah.
Yes, I figured the best way would be to join the Bronze Flame. I underwent these trials to join this group of adventurers, and all of us succeeded in them together, and we became a troop, comrades.
I see. And as she's sort of flying by people, just inspecting them, you see her sort of move over towards Zelthar for a bit. As she's sort of maybe about 4 or 5 inches away from your face, sort of just looking you up, or looking your face up and down, inspecting your ears.
Aren't they hidden under his hat that he never takes
Not
off?
really.
Oh.
I figured
kinda
that it
like
was just like
out.
the ears itself would be out, because I feel like that'd be
Yeah.
uncomfortable, like folding your ears into the hat, or
Well, are they like
I don't think
highly
no,
ears, or are they
no.
like elf ears?
Yeah, just like elf ears, you know, like
Elf
just
ears.
just.
You can wear a hat. It's fine.
I didn't even know you wear a hat, to be
Jeez.
honest.
Yeah, neither did I, to be honest.
He mentioned that one time actually that he wears a helmet with antlers on it that he never takes off.
Oh, I thought it was more like a crown.
Yeah. As opposed to.
No, it's more like a cap.
Oh.
Oh. Well.
Well,
My bad, I
fuck your
should've
backstory. We're retconning the whole thing now.
This is
No,
why
I'm
I
just kidding.
make notes.
Well, you see, the DM makes notes, and he thought it was different as well. So, you know, it makes-
Does the DM make notes?
I feel
I'm
like he
flattered.
makes some notes.
I'm flattered.
Oh,
It's-
you
and-
too.
It's nigh on impossible to take notes as a DM while you're running a session. There's like too much.
I'll like,
Yeah.
all right, what happened at the
Some
end of this
basic
session? I'll
notes.
write some shit down. I'll be like, all right, I'll hopefully remember that next week, and then that's it.
Yeah.
But
And then you lose them.
this elf, Zelthar, where are you from? You're not an elf directly from the Fae, but you are a descendant. Sort of just scanning you. up and down. No Eladrin. No. How many generations has your family been out the Feywild? Do you know?
Do I know?
Well, good. Roll me a history check. It's possible.
Okay. Pull out my character sheet, my whole bad.
Just have that up already. Come on, man.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. Be better. 19. I wasn't
ATM is
expecting
not
you to
high
roll
enough.
above a 10 on that, if I'm being honest. Sort of thinking about it for a moment, you don't know the exact number, but you know that there are records of your family going back to at least before, or at least elves in that area going back to before the kingdom of Revedia was founded, back when it was just a group of more smaller nations.
Okay.
How long ago was that?
That'd be around, like, at least 1800 years, something like that. 18 plus.
Dude, I have a question.
Is that? Are you saying that out loud, or are you saying that to me?
Yeah, out loud.
Shogun?
Yes.
William has a question. So what does a Fey graveyard look like?
A Fey what?
Graveyard.
Oh dear.
What did you just ask me?
What does a Fey graveyard look like?
You sort of not even mad at the question, just more confused.
Do Fey die?
Just sort of generally not of natural causes very often, but there isn't really much of a graveyard. You go back to the forest from whence you came. Your body's put into the ground somewhere, either fed to maybe what's it called, an upcoming ent, or to nourish the place from which we all come. Why are you asking me this, though? That's...
I want to understand your burial rituals. I think it's very fascinating. Right, Gabriel?
I don't know, just...
That's the beautiful thing about the moving wilds, Dragon. The graveyard is all around us. It's a cycle. And like Kayla's like magic school buses the group over. And this is a nursing log. And like etc. and so on.
Nursing log for what?
Other trees?
You see the saplings grow on it. Oh. I don't think these are ants, Tara. They're just trees.
What?
If a tree ant was here, it'd be trying to kill you.
What?
That's what they do.
What?
They're evil.
What?
No.
What
What?
makes a tree an ant? What's the difference between a tree and an ant? I'm curious. How does an ant come to be?
A TR and an A. Elijah, you're pretty fucking funny, bro. Thanks.
Wow, this is a vibe to this session, guys.
I'm sorry, I was proud of that.
So much about all of us this session.
I'm sorry, I was proud of that.
That was like my level of a joke.
I'm glad I'm doing you proud.
Taryn, there's a certain I don't know how to classify it, how to like take it as a science, but there's just a certain spark where a tree grows a slumbering consciousness over hundreds and hundreds of years.
So can any tree get this, or is it that way for the start? Where'd the music go?
Oh shit! Oh, you're right. What the fuck? I thought okay. Maybe that. My bad. That was the voices in my head that was playing it, not the actual.
Loop that shit. Man.
Elisha, music. Music, please.
Yes, sir.
Oh boy.
Oh, this is a great Halloween edition of our show.
But upon asking that question, Aelwyn sort of looks at you. It's not quite any tree, only those in places of great power. Otherwise, you'd see, well, maybe more in the normal world out there. But this place is different. But maybe, in ancient places, you could find others. Either that or remnants of where the moving wilds once were.
Like squished people from tree ants. I don't like them.
Sparks, do you know that ants squish people, or is that just something that
I
you've
have
heard and
seen.
latched onto?
No. I have seen someone be squished, and I would not like to see it again.
I mean, I also have, killed people who have come
Yeah,
against us.
but how many?
But I wouldn't
how
kill
many,
everybody.
How many things have we come across that could literally squish you? Literally squish with
lot.
1 foot with ease.
A lot.
No,
A lot.
we haven't. We haven't fought many big things. Mostly water.
Mostly water. It's true.
I have seen Gnarlheart squish a number of people.
See.
Did
they
he do it?
deserved it.
I was gonna say, did he do it indiscriminately, like just for you walked on my land, I'm gonna step on you, or were they assholes?
Generally not unless the person was on fire or setting fires.
On fire?
Can I leave now?
You know, I don't know. Damn it, I have to come up with an anecdote now. This one time, the fire elemental plane, you get it.
Like, were they
the last part of that thing was Kaylis was just gonna say.
immolating, or were they like, why were they on fire? That seems like an inadvisable thing to do.
They were sort of elemental beings, like melfs and things.
Oh, I thought like humans coming in and being on fire, which is not great for us humans, in case any of you were curious. We're not good when we're set on fire. It's not great.
Although, to be fair, an ant couldn't squish me if one tried to step on me. It had to be a very great ant.
But could squish me, and that's mostly what I'm talking about. And I as I said, fire. It's what I do.
Kalis.
Don't sneeze fireballs in anytime soon.
Kalis, will you please explain to your friend that as long as he acts cordial, he won't squish him?
I accidentally sneeze fireballs. Sometimes.
Don't do magic.
Just control yourself. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. You're fine. Aelwyn, well, if I'm being honest, I didn't, plan this, but, I think it'd be nice if, Kayla sort of holds out in the palm of his hand. I'm not sure how large this object is compared to a sprite. But he'll hold out the sending stone that we found attached to Helena's sending stone.
And sort of... go ahead.
And he'll just offer it to her.
She sort of looks at it for a moment. And you see her weave this quick arcane sigil as the sort of mage hand sort of moves over, lifting it out of your palm, carrying it on their behalf. And this is for...
It's a sending stone. We have the other half in the bronze flame guild hall. But I could retrieve it, and if I'm off on a journey, we could, you'd speak to me. if you wish to.
I want to insight check Tillis for his relationship with her. Because I'm curious. I haven't
She's
done a lot
like
of
4
insight.
inches tall, guys. What do you think's going on here?
I don't know.
How does
I
that?
don't.
Hey, you know magic
Nothing.
exists. Come on.
I'm just curious. So like, what's
Motherfucker,
that?
you really just guidance that.
15?
So
16?
as she takes a
I'm
stone.
not gonna roll deception because I'm not lying or hiding anything.
Well, I wasn't looking into it lying. I'm just curious. I'm just a curious little bean.
He seems nervous, possibly. I guess that'd be an apt description.
The fuck? Why am I nervous? Oh my god.
I don't know. Your tone of voice sounded very how do you say? I couldn't tell if it was Kalis. I don't know, man. I'm just trying to give him something to work with so they stop rolling.
Sean the player is nervous because it's his backstory episode. Kalis is just trying to act natural, guys.
And with
The
that,
trying is operative.
It's
Not
a
like that,
key
not like
word
that.
in that sentence.
I'll have Cleore hold on to this for now. A little bit inconvenient to be walking around with it myself, and the mage hand sort of drifts up to one of the branches sort of hanging above you all. And this sort of palm drops, and the tree sort of shifts. What's it called? Grabbing it. It's like, alright, I got it.
Did that tree just talk?
Yes. He's been here the entire time, by the way, looking towards Sparks.
Bark stops moving backwards very quickly.
Oh, Cleore, I didn't see you there.
Come near me.
Alright, it happens.
Don't.
I did it. Just play it cool, Sparks. Just play it cool. You're fine. Just be cool, man. Be cool.
No.
Don't be on fire. It's a good way to be cool. Just don't be on fire.
How's the weather up there?
Sunny. Good day. It's a good day. How does you? Been a while. Haven't been in the forest for a bit now. It's been at least 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Wait.
Yep,
I think
just about.
yeah, it's been gone some amount of time. You got taller though, I think. Sort of looking, you see what's it called? As the branches and the boughs begin to sort of move and shake more, you see the creature sort of leaning forward as you see the resemblance of the head. It's kind of stropping out from the trunks, sort of the trunk of the tree looking at you. Yeah. Even your antlers got a little bigger too, it seems like. Well, I'm gonna keep soaking in this sun. And he sort of goes back to that sort of resting pose. Aelwyn just sort of looking back towards you, towards the tree, just... Okay.
I don't like it here.
We just met a fucking ant, guys. That's so cool.
Thanks.
I really don't like it.
Well, if you don't like it now, I should take you deeper into the forest and find a whole bunch of things you don't like.
Oh no, we can't go to the Feywild.
Why are you
There's a
threatening
time
me?
limit. We got a time limit.
Already scary.
Kalis, did you tell her about the time limit? Did you tell her about the time frame that we have to operate in?
Yes.
Okay.
As I said, the summer solstice is when we suspect them to move.
We'll be ready by then. As long as everything stays as it is, everything should be fine.
Stays as it is? In what way?
Just more Feywild chaoticness. Nothing to be too concerned of. The courts are at odds once again, but it usually happens at least once every century or so. I don't attend these things myself, of course. I just hear about them through the grapevine.
That doesn't put you at risk, or our people at risk, does it?
Well, she sort of coughs. She doesn't cough. I cough mentally, as I try and find my words. We should be fine. The domain of the Bear King, which is where our entrance to the Feywild lies, is one that's been neutral for long enough now. So, we should, at the very least, we'll be safe. He'll attend to that. But as for other areas, I've heard more treachery and backstabbing, and nothing we're not too unfamiliar with among the lords and ladies of the Fae.
Right. Can I ask out of character, like,
No.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
damn, shucks. Is it one portal, or are there many portals from the Moving Wilds to the Feywild?
There's many, but there are a few like set areas, like predetermined
I
areas,
see.
and then there are others which just are here today. You know, you walk under this branch, suddenly you're in the wrong place, or into this, or like climbing through like a burrow, you find yourself, on the opposite side or a different plane. Mm-hmm. But what Aelwyn and at least the village is, it's through a specific portal to the Feywild, as it's a more concrete location they can travel through.
Right.
Oh, excuse me. So, I say you're on a time limit. Is there anything else you'd like to catch up on? It seems that your friends are interesting conversationalists, but I don't exactly know what I should be saying to them. Sort of looking at you, Kalis. They don't seem all that bad. Some of them.
They're really not on good days. I kind of turned back to everyone who was a human here. Could you guys go talk to Cleora for a minute? I might have to speak to. I just want to take a little stroll.
Seems fine enough. I don't see why not. And Clora's like, "Hey guys." Has what's it called? It's sort of just as the branch waves at you all.
Pretty chill tree, man.
Only tree with grass. It was too easy. But as what's it called? Chlorel sort of. He's not stupid. He takes the hint and begins trying to like get the attention of the party, just like making small talk. So like, guys like leaves or berries, and you and Aelin begin strolling down the banks of the pond. So I assume there's something. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, yeah, go ahead.
And she just looks at you. So, what's so secretive you can't talk about in front of your new friends?
there's nothing really a secret, Eowyn. I just wanted to ask if something was wrong. It seems like something's bothering you.
It's a strange look of almost a mixture of sort of contempt and disappointment. Says, yes, you were known for your emotional intelligence. Yes, that definitely would be the case. Oh.
Would you tell me what it is?
How long ago was it now? 2 months? 3 months? Where, instead of doing your duty as a forest queller, and protecting the people of this place, the ones who cannot protect themselves, who we decided to devote our lives to, you've been gone. And here I've been. I've learned quite a bit, quite a large deal, while I've had to take on more myself. But things haven't been the same. I know what happened that night changed you. I just didn't think it would turn out like this.
I wanted to go back to Revedia, to my birthplace, to the wider world, because I didn't see anything changing if we just defended our own. And I've been drawn into a great number of other matters I couldn't have possibly predicted. And I've been trying to defend the moving wilds out there rather than on our shores directly. And I realize I cannot be in two places at once, and then in doing these things, I've left other things undone, other places unvisited, unkept.
Sort of gives a large sigh. I know that the place may be where you're from, but we both know that's not your home. Try as you might, and do what you can on that side, but just sort of looking back towards the group, they're all the same at the end of it. I don't want you to become a casualty on the sidelines of one of those messes. We've had enough. We've lost enough over these centuries. And even the cats. The ant is going to squish me. I sneeze fire. What are you doing? I hear that, and I don't see how more work is being done out there than in here, where we know that we can go back to the Feywilds, and that we have the protections of the Lords if need be.
We do. I get it that Some of them are hard to come to terms with. Destructive. Yes. Pointed in a direction where things could use breaking down. I found him, Eowyn. Gnarlheart's murderer.
Sort of eyes narrows as she looks at you, arms crossed. You found him out there.
No. I found his hiding place. Our Lord Protector, the Lord of the Hunt.
Watches her face sort of pales as you sort of speak the name out loud. Quiet down. How did you find that out, and are you sure?
We visited a temple, an ancient theme. It showed me visions.
Sort of taken aback for a moment as you guys are both just standing there in silence. He may be a lord, but he's no protector of the forests. He's sort of looking around, back, scanning along the branches and deep through the forest. He's not much but a beast himself. And I'd be cautious of doing anything foolish in the meantime. I don't... Caelus, if that's a vengeance you seek, I don't know if you'll return from it. As she says, sort of clenching her fist, you can see the sort of bare white of, what's it called, against her knuckles.
Just tiny little hand.
Tiny little fists.
I've been trying to let go. To separate myself from it, but it's hard. I can't forget. Obviously, carrying around this remnant of him doesn't paint a picture of someone who's moved on, does it?
Oh, yes, we both know you're quite the type to get attached, as always. Sort of nodding towards the small Martin, sort of chilling at the top of Gnarlheart, observing the conversation.
Oh, yes, Brynhild. I honestly forget she's there sometimes. Imagine, like, must have been what it was like for Gnarlheart himself.
May not have been the son of a tree, but I'd be damned if you don't act like one sometimes. He taught you well. Shame he couldn't teach you everything, but he used what time he had well. So, what's your plan then? Do you intend to take on a Fey Lord? Possibly the most mysterious and unknown. I wouldn't say most ruthless. There's still the Queen of Ice and Magic, but it's a tight race.
I don't have a plan, nor a time to strike. I don't know what would be best. What do you think, Eowyn? You knew him too. You know what he would want.
What he would want? I think we both know the answer to that. And that would be for you to set that back into the ground and live the life that you need to. But I think we both know that's not going to happen. If this is the path you're set on, I'll find out what I can, but this is a road that once you start walking down, you do not walk away from, if you choose to go down it. Because once the hunt is called for you, there will not be a single dog, not a single horse or horseman who stops before you're on the tips of their spear.
Yes. But at once I can't forget. Because there was what Gnarlheart taught me, and he tried to follow himself, but you saw him in the end. His face. His rage.
See it every day.
He was slaughtered like that. And I want to keep in control, but I don't. I also don't want to let go of it.
I think we know well enough that though you may not be born of here, the Feywild has made its mark on you, and the Wood Wild will always be a part of that. Well, I don't think you'll be able to control it, as will neither of us ever really be able to control whatever our supposed true nature is. We have to try. Otherwise, I don't think we end up with a better fate than he did, and I know he wouldn't want that. But I won't stand in your way. If this is what you choose to do, I will find out what I can about this thing. She's sort of, what's it called? It's this sort of dark look flashed across her face. He's not like any of the other lords. He has no castle, he has no domain, he has no nothing. All he knows is the sound of howling wolves and hooves chasing. But I'll find out what I can.
Thank you.
And in the meantime, remember what I said. You may have come to trust those on the outside, but many of them don't deserve it. I'll give your friends the benefit of the doubt for the moment. But at the end of the day, those people only fight for one thing, and that's themselves. Speaking of which, it might be a good idea to rejoin your friends soon. I think Chloro's starting to put them to sleep. Either that, or he might be finishing a second sentence by now. I can't be sure.
Yes. Just know that everyone who didn't deserve trust, well, I put them on the ground. And my friends are still standing.
And so be it. But
Let's go rejoin them.
And as Chlora is telling you about the story of the time that he once, there was a nest in his boughs, and there was a snowy owl there, and it lived in his boughs, and it sometimes flew. Another snowy owl came, and they laid eggs. Then he sneezed, and he felt really bad for a long time. but it's okay because there's a lot of vowels. But it's cool, you know. And you guys see, as hey guys, as he sort of looks over towards Kalis and Aloin, walking towards you guys. Both of which Aloin looking a bit more calm. Not calm, but more calm. As she's looking over you. Oh, well, I hope you enjoyed the conversation. He's known to be quite the talker. I presume with that you guys would be making your way back. Do you have any idea where you're going next?
Fully not a forest.
Actually.
That is
Maybe.
a point of
We're not
crossroads
decided.
for us.
We're not decided yet.
I see. Well, if you plan on staying the night, I would be careful about doing so in the woods. A lot of, through the less conventional methods, some creatures tend to slip out under the cover of darkness before they're able to be brought back. But do as you will. You should all be confident enough to defend yourselves.
What time of day is it?
You guys have been traveling. I'm assuming you guys left around first light. Technically, it would have been over a day to get here if you went north. But for the sake of it, we'll say it's probably getting close to evening, maybe 4 to 5 p.m.
Would you like to teleport back to the city?
We can do that.
Or
Are you a circle still, or can you make a circle?
I have chalk. I can draw one.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, his teleportation circle. So
I
does he
can
get?
go to specific places. I cannot teleport us to a place that I do not know the sigils of yet. But maybe later.
Nice.
So
I think we should go back, personally.
Yes, it would be good to have the other half of that sending stone.
Why would we need 2 halves of a sending stone? Isn't it pointless then?
No, he gave one to his friend.
Oh. I wasn't paying attention. Tree. Scary.
Okay.
Are you okay, Asaru?
Astero's fine. You just don't know stuff about Sparks' story.
Oh, you were in character. I was
Yeah.
very confused.
thought the sparks was leaking out.
Multiple levels.
No, that was all. That was all. Sparks.
Yeah. So, if
Also, don't want to stay in this forest overnight, so it's kind of leave.
Alrighty. So, as you begin to draw out the sort of sparks, you begin to draw out the teleportation circle as you begin enacting the ritual. And eventually, as the 10-minute...
Oh, by the way, Aloin, please message me tomorrow with Dawn so I know which sending stone the pilot is. Bye.
Oh my and you guys are sort of set, or as Chloral and Aelwyn sort of send you guys off as you guys both step through the blue ring.
But as I finish casting it, I leave them possibly with a... No, they're fine. It's still it's I still have to roll to see if I surge when I finish casting the teleport.
That is true. I forgot about that. But yeah, you get to the back of the bronze flame safely. And with that, we're going to go on a quick break. Because, yeah, so We'll be back in a few minutes, guys. Thank you all for sticking around, and I'm clicking the button now if it will work. There we go. Bye.
Okay.
3,
Bronze
2,
Flame, if they know any.
1.
Sorry, just before.
Hello, everybody.
Does the Bronze Flame know any teleportation circles for the main city that is over there that is currently has a red circle for its name? It looks like Follow.
Hearth's
Oh.
Edge or Follow Forge. Not Follow Forge, no.
Hearth.
Is there any?
Hearth's Edge.
Any up
Or
here?
Hearth's Edge, yeah.
Any teleportation circles at all? That they know the sigils of.
No public ones that they would have access to sharing.
I'm glad. Let's just like go. It'll be
Oh
fun.
yeah, I know. I'm just
On the road again. I can't wait to get on the road again.
Cotton
We
Chew.
kind of sail everywhere. We kind of never.
Walk.
The only trip we took was from Riven Ridge to like the town west of Riven Ridge.
Well, we've got a ticking clock. Speaking of, where's my?
Yeah, we could use.
I know, but it takes like 3 months to sail anywhere too.
Yeah.
Or 3 weeks, that is.
What the fuck is my Fitbit?
I'll re-add it to the to-do list for the third time because I need to redo the map and rescale it as well because
We can rent horses, and Juggin can
Giddy up.
trade a horse with skeleton.
no, I'm not gonna. You're not riding a fucking skull.
How about the Paladin?
Palanquin? But they
No,
have to
we're
be.
not, yeah, but that would be even slower. So no.
Yeah. Wagons are kind of slow too.
Speeds, remember?
Can you just
And
stuff
we're
them all
not,
in your
you're
bag?
not watching. You're not
But they don't stop
hiding about one
moving.
of those.
They
Just
constantly move.
Just stuff them all in your bag and carry them with you.
Yeah, but we want to go sort of the pace of a horse as opposed to the pace of a
Skeleton?
skeleton carrying
Palanquin?
a palanquin and you on top of it.
So why just stuff all the skeletons in your bag and just ride a horse?
Yeah, I can do that. Wait, can you even ride a horse?
Why wouldn't you be able to ride a horse?
We've ridden
As-
horses before? I think.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
As in,
sure.
do you not know how, or would you not want? Like, well, what does that question mean?
I'm just afraid the horse is hating me.
Are we live?
Why?
Yes. We
Oh,
are.
okay, good. Good. Hi,
Yeah.
everybody.
Dude, try.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good at this.
hi.
I started transitioning, and then Sparks asked me a question, and then instead of introing, I just answered the question, and then I just never introed us.
We're good at the D&D, guys. We're very good at it.
I can do
Best.
both letters of it.
I knew we were alive. I
How
dabbed.
many is sword?
Which sword? Big sword, small sword, or biggest sword? That's medium sword. That's a D8
We're only about 800
or a D10.
miles away from Follow Forge.
So we're getting horses?
Yes, we're not.
We're renting, we're renting horses.
Should,
Alternatively, is there
Just buy horses. Come on.
sure we could.
is there an airship?
Yeah.
Can we rent an airship? I believe you said there was something about airships in this.
Airships usually don't go, what's it called? Like massive distances unless you're like hella fucking rich. Just because of how like cost inefficient it is to use them over long distances. So usually like they're more used like by it's like noble taxis in the city.
That's not how airships work.
It is because I can say so. It's one of the wonderful parts of DMing.
Literally how that whole thing works.
So say
It's
the
okay.
god.
In the next
Alright.
campaign, 200 years in the future, you'll have your own personal air trip. We'll be on that treasure planet shit.
So, Zelthar.
Hi.
I ask in Elvish. Have you decided?
I respond in Elvish. Yes.
What you guys talking about? I respond in Elvish.
You don't know Elvish, do you?
He
I do.
Oh,
you
hee. Guys, I like speak to the party. I have decided. No. And comment.
In Elvish.
No.
And look at her like, what are you talking about?
Kalos speaks in the related tongue, Sylvan. ¿Por qué no los dos?
No hablo español, lo siento.
I can't roleplay. Okay.
Only role playing in one language, this guy. Lol.
Okay.
Sorry.
What are you guys
Before-
talking about? I don't understand.
Let the poor boy speak.
Before I make my decision, I just have one question. If we happen to complete the duties up in the Frosted Edge, and there's no way I can come back to this party, are you guys willing to help me?
Wait, why wouldn't you be able to come back?
Family.
I might not be able to leave the Frosted Edge
I'll just
if I
teleport.
come back.
It's fine.
Yeah, we can fight your way out. Come on. We're the Wild Company.
I don't necessarily want to fight my family.
That's fair. Would it be obligation that binds you there, or something else that you wouldn't physically be able to leave?
I feel like I couldn't leave unless I inflicted violence on my family members, and I don't want to do that.
So wait, are you right that
Then
there
how
were
did you
you?
leave the first time?
I got really lucky. And I ran away.
So counterpoint, why don't we just? Are you specifically going to talk to them, or are we just going north because that's where the magic circle stuff is? I need to reiterate that point.
Can you say that again? I'm sorry.
Are we out of character? Are we going north because you want to do your family stuff, or because
Family stuff.
okay?
Well, it's
So we were doing
both.
circles because of
Yeah.
It's both. It's
Okay.
kind
We
of
grabbed
both.
all the quests and then we went in the direction of the map that all the quests are at.
That's that way, yeah.
Logistics.
Why don't we just cross that bridge when we come to it? Or, burn it down. I've heard some people say that expression.
See a questioning
Okay.
look from a sky.
If you can't come back for whatever reason, but this is something that you want to do or that you feel you have to do, I know I would help you anyways.
I really appreciate that, Taryn. Thank you. I say thank you in Elvish.
Well, Michigan, family's complicated.
Indeed.
Why are we talking Elvish?
Wait, we're gonna go visit his family now?
Yeah, the letter that he got last time.
When do we get those presents for them? When I get
No.
shopping for
No,
Six
no,
breakfast.
it's,
Let's just get some warm coats first. And
Agreed.
is it cold?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, once you go that far north in Revedia, spring is only a recommendation.
Springs for display only.
Are there any boots of the Winterland in the shop before we leave?
That'd be hella convenient, but it seems to not be the case at the moment.
I mean, we
It's
do
okay.
have the Ring of Warmth on us.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's only one ring, and there's 5 of us.
Indeed.
So,
Kayla sort of pecks at the sort of like metallic, like ringmail armor that he places directly over his fur, like a mesh. He's like kind of grimaces at it.
is that gonna get like caught or?
Nah.
Well, I guess we should
Fine.
find some fur coats and.
Alrighty. So
Let's
as shopping episode part 2 commences, unless
We
you
just
guys
buy-
want to go to every coat store, I think we can just say for the sake of it, you buy coats in whatever fashion you feel like. You guys have more than enough fucking money.
I want to buy extra coats for his family for presents.
Okay. Are you gonna ask anything about his family, or are you just gonna buy the
Yeah,
things and hope
yeah.
they fit?
How big are your family? Like, what's the size? I want to buy them coats.
I don't necessarily remember their exact measurements, but I just like tell him the measurements.
Okay.
I don't want to list them.
How you don't go.
So what? Brother, sister, father?
But
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, 3 coats. We'll say each coat costs an arbitrary amount of gold. Are you guys getting really nice coats, or are you getting like just like some sturdy like work clothing?
I'm gonna get sturdy work clothing.
All right, I'll say that's a gold piece, and we'll say the nice ones are like 5.
Can I
For,
get
like-
it in black?
Sure.
How many families do you have?
Aesthetic.
He has 3.
get a really nice wolf cloak. I'm a dog and a cat
Whoops,
together.
whoops. There we go.
Oh yeah.
I got a coat for myself, and then 3 coats for his family.
All right, so that's 20 gold for you, Jung-un. You're not even gonna need clothes for yours. That's kind of fucked up. Your skeletons just have to be whatever.
They're wearing clothes.
Fancy fur coat. I'm gonna get a shearling coat. Snazzy shearling coat. There we go. Cool. In my inventory. Good. Got it.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna get
So-
the 1 gold one.
A work coat.
Yeah.
When you already have one, you're from there. Wait a minute.
Oh, I guess it would be in my room. Never mind. You're right.
I mean, you can buy another one if you want. I was just like, it just
but
occurred to me.
Would it be a fancy one? Like, would you come with like a super fancy one? You're like, I don't want that because you reject it.
It'd probably be higher end.
I don't. It would be.
Yeah, but it would be nice. And it would
I
be-
would probably bring that along. You're right. I don't know.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna get a coat in the sort of affect of that. Just like a big freaking bear coat.
I thought you were
Alrighty.
taking the ring of warmth because of your weird fur to bare metal situation going on.
Hmm?
I
Well,
thought you were taking the ring to not be cold.
Well, a
I
set.
mean, yeah, one of us should probably take it. Who do you think it should be?
You probably, because you go bare chested.
Fur chested.
I think I've close enough.
You both have fur. You both have fur.
Yeah, but I already bought a coat.
You're allowed to have a coat and a ring. What if your coat gets a rip, or like, what if like an ancient red dragon breathes fire on you guys? Then what are you gonna do?
Then I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be warm.
But you won't have a coat.
Bigger issue.
It's all relative.
But yes, I'm gonna buy a coat, really nice big coat, and a riding horse.
Alrighty.
So,
If you're
Yeah.
buying a riding horse is worth 75 gold pieces.
I'm gonna get one of those too.
Me too.
What's faster, a riding horse or a
Oh, also take it.
A
Oh,
riding
yeah.
horse or a what
Wait,
horse?
are there any exotic animals? Can I buy a panther?
riding horse is the path.
They don't have panthers at the stable. You'd probably have to go to a...
Is there anywhere in town in which I can find a panther to ride?
Maybe a bag that you might be holding on yourself.
Yeah, but there's only there's a 1 in 8 chance that I can roll a panther, whereas if I just get one,
You know what?
Oh, we could always.
I could get 3 rats, and that could be irritating.
For the sake of it, roll me an investigation check. I want to see what you find in the city. We'll see if you discover something new.
Hey, can I get guidance? Thank you. I am going to use my luck. You know, my favorite chaos.
Oh, I love the D&D gods
Three
sometimes.
rolls before.
One.
I love the dice god sometimes.
One.
Aw.
15's
The
not
one-
bad.
There's a 1-0.
So you don't find the ultra exotic animals. Sadly, no Velociraptor today.
No dragon.
No, or dragon.
Mhm.
Or griffins. Or
A griffin.
hippogriffs.
Griffin would be awesome. Hippogriff
Oh.
would be terrible on land. Don't bring a hippogriff on land. It's
Also,
mean.
it'd probably be bad to get a Velociraptor anyway, because they're cold-blooded and you're going up north. And But yeah, you find, we'll say, you find sort of tucked in this back alley a completely and totally legitimate business selling all sorts of rare and exotic, different big cats, birds, these reptilian-like creatures, not dinosaurs, just reptiles. And you're looking for a panther.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A panther's going to cost you 125 gold pieces.
That's fine.
As well as it's going to be a panther.
No. I'll talk to it in cat and we'll get along.
I admire that enthusiasm. I'm behind you 100%. So as you do that and you all reconvene outside the northern gates of Revedia, and you get ready to set off on your journey northwards to Hearth's Edge and eventually the Queen's Landing. Or the Frosted Edge, which is part of the Queen's Landing. But that's besides the point, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, it's been so long since we've had a journey start. I feel all tingly, like it's like a brand new adventure. Kind of, not really. So yeah. You guys begin to set forth. I'm rescaling this entire map. This will not take 2 months to get there and back. This is a note. But this is probably going to be, at least, a few weeks worth of travel. And everyone roll me a d20.
Question.
What's up?
How long until the solstice from the day that it is now?
I think it was 2.5 to 3 months, something like that. The date that date is added, it's that date should be ahead 8 days, so it should be the 10th.
Remember that while it takes us 3 weeks to get back, it will take us 1 minute.
10 minutes.
It'll take us 3 weeks to get there. It'll take 1 minute to get back.
Fair. So, but I'm just still I'm trying to keep the solstice in my head, because it's a countdown. We're not at 72 hours remain yet, but.
All right, so what do we have? 16, 9, 12, 2, and 9. Huh. Interesting. So, as you guys begin making your way northwards, following along, the sort of commonly traveled pathways to the north, you are not the first people to make your way to Hearth's Edge. However, you seemed probably one of the first to do so in a while, as it is not it's not exactly a tourist hotspot.
Oh, and I'll pick up the sending stone. That's
Oh
really
yes, yeah, that's a good idea.
I just completely ignore my friend's calls.
Oh yeah, hey, pick up. It's this rock. And then Helena will be very confused until you come over and ask for a rock. Fuck, that fucked up my whole train of thought. God damn it.
Going
Sorry.
north?
Yes.
Not the first ones to do so,
Hearth's
but first
Edge.
ones in a while.
What's up? Did you say something, Kalis?
The edge of the Hearth.
Oh yes, Hearth's Edge. So, the first few days of travel are rather uneventful as you make your way northwards, ferrying yourselves across the river. Until you get to one of the first sort of major intersections along this area, where it's a sort of, not even accurate to call it a town. But this how do you say, this sort of mess of sort of cabins built up is just a small hamlet set up out. I'll mark it on the map just so you guys have a basic idea of where it's at. Actually, what color?
Blue.
Blue. Fuck, I use
'Cause
blue
it's-
for. I'll use dark blue.
Because
Orange.
it's gold.
Be around
Oh,
this
no.
area. Shit. Oh, good enough. Fuck it. It's turns out it's Metropolis. But no.
It's a Hamlet metropolis.
The name of the place was supposed to be. The fuck is it? Elijah, we'd read every day. I'm really gonna forget how to now. Wait, we don't.
Every day we drift further and further from God's light.
But it's this small, what's it called, area known as, Nilkis. And passing through, you guys definitely do draw a couple of eyes. But it seems to go by, mostly uneventfully, for this sort of first section of this area. And you guys do have the option, if you want, you could probably spend the night here as opposed to out in the wilderness. But realistically, it's up to whatever y'all feeling.
It might be nice to buy a soft bed inside.
Is there a graveyard nearby?
Speed!
Oh my god.
Speed!
I get it. Why do you? I hate that you asked me that fucking question because the answer is almost always yes.
Like straight up, you were like, "Oh yeah, let's go to a forest. Is there a graveyard here?"
The forest is the
Yeah,
graveyard.
I'm down with that either.
So yeah, and as you guys hunker down for the night, and Jungam suddenly disappears for a few hours. Do we have to go through this again? Or is this gonna be, hey, where's your graveyard? Why do you want to know where the graveyard is? 'Cause it's up over that hill. And then you either bury up or you excavate the bodies. And do you plan on sleeping in the grave this time?
Yes.
Okay.
One?
This line.
Okay. I don't even know what to say to that. But your time in Nilkis passes by fairly eventfully. As moving on towards the next, what's it called, northwards, as the terrain starts to change, as this sort of similar grassland with sort of patches of trees and forest type area begins to sort of transmorph into like this more sort of low grassed tundra area, as you guys can feel the biting of the northern winds of this area. And once again on the path northwards, you do run into, what's it called, another inhabited area. However, this one a tad bit different. As you guys are going northwards, let me make the dots smaller this time. Be around here, north of Griffin Keep. As you guys find yourselves approaching this area, it seems to be an absolute ghost town. As it clearly looks like people have lived here at some point, as you see established buildings. However, most things have fallen into disrepair as this place has turned into a ghost town over a period of who knows how long.
That was the quest at the beginning of the campaign we didn't take.
Yeah, we were like, "Yeah, we'll get around to that one."
No, someone,
Mhm.
you know, you're not the
Someone
only
else will do it.
yeah, you're not the only adventures in the Bronze Flame, but you know, maybe
Yeah,
they
but
were
on the best
unsuccessful.
ones.
Apparently, we're the only ones that get shit done.
You ever consider that maybe after all those disappearances, people just moved, or there's something wrong with you? Fuck you.
All I'm saying is, if this was the area that had the magic human trafficking ring, there'd still be a cave with a bunch of magic missile acolytes bound up in a corner somewhere.
But yes, making your way past Griffin Keep and further onwards north. It's not too much longer before the days sort of blend into each other as you guys find yourselves navigating this pretty open air, just vastness. And on the horizon, you see the township of Hearth's Edge. Fun fact, if you played in the first one-shot I ran for the Masterwork Adventure, you actually would have came here. But, yeah, I don't know why I shared that.
That's the Windigo one, right?
Trivia.
No. This is the one with the Cult Bayonne. The sleeping beast. Or the cat that could put people to sleep. And the Displacer beast.
I don't remember this.
Yeah, it was an old
I
one.
was not there, unfortunately.
Upgrade my mount to a Displacer Beast. You have reminded me.
Mm.
It's a
Okay.
panther, but with tentacles. Come on.
Good
Yeah, that's how
luck.
that works.
It's got an extra set of limbs, and it's got some tentacles. It'll be fine, probably.
Probably.
I have no comment. And as you guys find yourselves gradually approaching, you reach the township of Hearth's Edge. Looking at it, this seems to be a fairly old area that has definitely withstood the test of time. As you see barricading along the outside is this sort of large, fence made up of these sort of massive logs. Sort of protect this area and a large section of this pass. So this is sort of a defensive outpost against whatever lies to the north. Did you guys actually want to visit or go into the city of Hearth's Edge, or were you just trying to keep going past it?
Wait, so it's like the wall, and then it's trying to protect the south from letting anything from the north of it in?
Wait, say that one more time?
It's hard to phrase. It's trying to prevent things from going to the north to the south. It doesn't care if we go north through the barrier.
Well, and you guys are allowed to there's no specific wall blocking off the entire pass because it's just too big. But it's more it's like an outcropping of open space, and they have eyes on anything that pretty much goes in and out.
Yeah, but it's defensive, and it's facing towards the north, right? It's trying to.
Oh
prevent...
yes. It is facing towards the north, yes.
Getting Game of Thrones vibes.
I want to be a wildling.
I don't know what you said, but it seems like Game of Thrones.
In my defense, I didn't watch the show. I only watched the first 2 seasons.
That's all you need to say. It's fine.
Oh.
There
I've
were
heard
only 2
stories.
seasons, what do you mean?
Alrighty.
Forbid you watch the seasons of the budget.
But it seems to be a fairly large settlement, and probably the last large area you're going to find until you get to follow Warforge.
How long have we been on the road?
At this point, it'd be about a week and a half.
Week and a half. How much? I kind of
Good berries.
look at Zelfar. How much further past here is your home area?
Do you know where it is? You want to mark it on the map? Because
if I remember right, it's I could be totally wrong.
I thought it was on the north side of Follow Forge, if I remember
Yeah,
correctly.
me too.
Okay.
It's right here. That's a little thick, but
So, question: are we going to Zelthar's family thing first, or are we doing the magic circle first? Considering that we might lose Zelthar.
Well, we don't know where the magic circle is.
So maybe doing his thing first, talk to his family, maybe they might know.
Yeah, that's. Well, I mean, if they don't try and imprison poor Zelda.
I'm sorry, how many days did you say we were on the road?
Week and a half.
Yeah,
We can-
I'm
we can
condensing
have-
the whole map, so that's why things sound inaccurate to before. It'd probably be, well, maybe a little bit longer than
many
that,
days?
but
Like
math
6,
800 miles is only about 16
like 10 days, 11 days,
11.
11. Okay.
So as soon as we get north of Hearth's Edge, or at least like as we're in Hearth's Edge, looking north over Queen's Landing, is it like all snow north of the pass?
Essentially. It's in the spring season, so there is a lot of it has melted. And Zelthar, you would know this as well. If you were to try to enter this area during the winter, it'd be nigh impossible.
I wouldn't mind resupplying a little bit, but
Right.
I mean, I think we should be okay if
So,
no one else
Yeah,
wants
it might
to.
be-
berries, doesn't he? That's basically what we subsist off on food, as opposed to buying ration.
Just
Yes.
Unless you want.
sorry,
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm just a little bit unclear. Like, is it all covered in snow even during spring, or is it?
No, it's not. No, the snow is still thick, but I'm saying if it was the winter, it would be a significant amount more. Like you can still move through the pass. However, it'd be hard terrain to pass through, but because you have Zelthar, it doesn't matter. Because
There's
that's
no
a
like
ranger thing.
greenery or grasses or anything.
There are things like pine trees and other what's the word, evergreen plant life, but that's about it.
Gotcha.
Wait, you just good berry us. Why are you worried about food?
That's literally what I just said.
Yeah.
Twice.
Appreciate you saying it first.
It was like 30 seconds, Ethan. 30 seconds before you brought it up.
I think it was longer than that actually, and 3 times. It's okay. He's joined the party now, so it's all good.
I was thinking about making steak.
You know what? You can definitely stop in town to pick up some rations if that's what if you want to eat no fucking berries every fucking day.
Sorry.
Exactly.
Just need-
Should be.
We've got prestidigitation, any of us. We could flavor the berries to taste like steak.
It's not the same. Oh, look at this. Look at this dude. I'm disappointed. I don't even know what to say. I'm actually fucking
I mean-
steak flavored berries. This guy.
Yeah, I've got about 8 days of rations left for myself. But I mean, we'll be in the forest. We could probably hunt. So I'm not. That's the only thing I wanted. I don't particularly want to stop.
If we get really desperate, we could eat one of Kaelus's animals.
No,
I feel like
I
that would
have
go over
the-
poorly.
I have the feed or the background that lets you forage
Mhm.
for free to feed like a party of
Also,
6 or so.
Aren't most of Kaelus's animals like carnivores, and they're not very tasty? You want
Okay.
herbivores.
I wouldn't say most, but there are some foxes.
You have foxes clinging to you. I thought they were like squirrels and stuff like that. I'm
And
not.
foxes, and they're just strangely don't want to eat each other right now.
Let's see if sparks can cling to you without you noticing.
Maybe if you cast Reduce.
I mean, he's already pretty small, an eighth the weight. It's possible. Alrighty.
I don't think we're gonna stop in Hearthstone, are we, guys?
Hearthstone! Wow,
Sorry.
what a diss.
Wow.
Uh,
Hearth's Edge. I don't know. I just say words sometimes. Hearth's Edge. Hearth's Edge. Sorry.
Somebody's thinking about games.
Yeah, what's this, Boulder's, gate?
No. That's not a gate. That's a doorway.
Yeah, the dwarves are all earthbenders. So
Yeah.
you get the wrestling ring of
Where do you see
Boulder
this?
King.
Through the thick layer of sarcasm.
Yes.
I got it.
Alrighty. So
Yeah, I
making
mean, unless there's like anything to Hearth's Edge, I guess we could probably just continue going. If there's anything apparent to it, that is, I'm sure there's something.
the whole city is on fire. No.
Well, at least it's warm.
Hell yeah.
Lesson, I guess, to be learned. Anywho.
No, I think we're good.
But making your way northwards, Zelthar, you leading the way back to the what is the name of the place? Fuck, it's something conclave.
Chroma Conclave. No.
No. It's fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here, Conclave. Okay.
Oh
got it.
no. Oh, it was supposed to be the Boreal Court, where the sort of what? I'll type it in chat.
Like Boreal, like Borealis.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Making your way back towards your homeland, the trip still seems to be rather uneventful. However, once you guys get about what you would know to be about 2.5 to 3 days out, Zelthar, you notice something strange has happened in the terrain of the area. Something feels off, as you know well enough how the area should be around this time of year, but things seem colder. More, how do you say? Something feels strange. Something feels off. Let me. So there'd be that. As even despite the time of year, there's this sort of icy fog filling the air around you, as well as this unnatural, what's it called, amount of precipitation. Despite there being little clouds in the air, but the closer you seem to get back towards, or the closer you seem to get towards the hometown, the more intense it seems to get. As traveling through this area would, once again, be difficult terrain, but because Zelthar is a ranger, and that is one of the cool things rangers can do, is you guys are able to pass through it without any immediate harm. However, once you guys get about 2 days out, you notice something very... only really can be described as unsettling. Did you want to say something, Taryn, real quick?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that while we're traveling, as we get closer, I kind of want to match pace with Zelthar and kind of just, go. How are you feeling about this?
Something feels off. It's not supposed to be this foggy. Something bad's happening.
And almost as if on cue, because that's one of the magical things about doing this all in our imagination. Sort of through the fog in front of you guys, as you're leading through the group, you see this sort of strange shape enter like throughout the fog. Enter your field of vision, I should say. And standing before you is this massive, absolutely huge owl bear, sort of reared up on both hind legs, sort of staring directly down at both of you. But that's not the part that feels off or disturbing. What really gets you is as you look at it and you see the entire thing is encased in a giant block of ice.
Oh, yeah. Didn't I vaguely remember doing some research about an ice dragon?
What?
Didn't I? At some point, I feel like I
You
asked
actually did. You actually.
You said no. There's none near here except for the one northeast, and I was like, we're never gonna go near that.
It's not that cold, I don't feel like. And I feel like that's more suited to this area than I am, and I don't feel that cold, so...
That's an owlbear encased in ice. in
Yeah.
ice. You
Yeah.
don't get encased in ice from
Yeah.
being left out in the cold. You get encased in ice if something breathes on you.
Well, think of it this way, Sparks. If it's frozen, it can't step on you.
Oh.
Not big enough to step on me.
Too soon.
Oh.
Nothing. No one stepped on him ever.
Well, you do sneeze fire, so that's good in cold places too, right?
Sparks and his panther keep moving.
Yeah, how are the horses faring right now? BTW.
I did not consider that one in my calculations too well, I'm being totally honest, but for the sake of it, they're very sturdy horses. However, they are not exactly liking the conditions whatsoever. They were not bred for this type of weather, but they seem to be
Oh,
making
dear.
do for now.
Okay.
Got one of those legendary rare ice panthers, didn't I? You know?
Yeah, apparently. It's like you got like a WoW mount or some shit. Like I don't know what's
It's a snowy leopard panther.
Do you think that this thing frozen in ice has anything to do with the dire circumstances that your family wrote about?
Possibly.
Yeah.
But I'm not quite certain.
How far out are we from your home?
Good question. 2 days.
Well, I guess we should press on.
I'll lead the way.
And as you guys begin making your way forward, occasionally spotting these strange sort of almost like ice-like sculptures sort of decorating the landscape and the surrounding area. However, becoming a little bit more sparse as you reach the village.
Eyes open for ice dragons.
Before we reach the village, when we come across one of those ice things, I want to turn to Kalis and just go, can you tell if it's still alive? Is that something that you can do?
Yes, I've thought about this a lot, and it's definitely dead.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be. If this is cryostasis, Kalis has not encountered it before. It definitely seems to have met a very unpleasant end.
I mean, I can't actually look at it too.
That's unfortunate.
Well, as making the joke.
Could give it a whack with a hammer, see if some of it falls off.
Well,
That's
all right.
morbid.
It's Halloween.
Fair. Very fair.
I can give you a hand with that plan, Sparks.
Yes, could you use your hammer?
I have a friend who can lend a hand.
Oh, terrible.
Okay then.
Oh.
So, what exactly is the plan here?
I just wanted to see if it broke when Taylor said it.
What is it frozen here? In the ice?
It would be. Dun dun dun. Where'd it do? Where's my table? Oh, it's just supposed to be a cave bear. So, a normal bear. Still big. Oh, it's a large
It's
creature.
perfect.
So, it's pretty fucking big.
Big block of ice. I'll use the like jagged like stump of Gnarlheart. To sort of like try and chisel or like break at the cracks of it.
Mm-hmm. And as you do so,
Totally shattering.
the ice does eventually give way. It seems that it definitely can be broken. Oh, excuse me.
I hand the arm of the bear that he broke off and say, you can use this just like you use Gnarlheart.
I take the arm of the bear and I It's still sort of like frozen and like in little
Just
bits of
stuck in
ice.
this like elbow shape, kind of like a boomerang.
I hold it and I just sort of pat Sparks' head a couple times and then set the arm down on the ground.
All right, well, I think that's an appropriate response.
Oh god, we're so irreverent.
Yes.
Might
And-
be crazy.
As
But yeah,
you
do I
guys-
know what could have done this? Think of it.
Well,
I did mention Ice Dragon, well, Sparks did in character, but you know, you.
go ahead. You can go ahead and give me a nature check if you'd like.
I'm probably gonna start with Sparks and say most likely Ice Dragon.
9, it's nothing.
12.
You feel like you're gonna trust their gut with this one. Otherwise, you're not exactly quite sure what could, at least just in case there's some extremely powerful magic which you haven't been made aware of. But yeah, Ice Dragon seems a pretty solid bet. And as you guys find yourselves, what's it called? Sort of standing around this area. Sort of what's it called? The sound of the bear's paw hitting the snow, and you all hear what's it called? Or Kalis, as you're sort of staring down at the ground, and Jungum, you would notice this very briefly. Dun dun dun. It's a 60-foot long. What is your marching order? Like, who's in the back, who's in the front?
I have learned from last time. I'm not in the back. I'm second to last.
Okay.
I'm in the front.
I'm in the front.
Okay.
Seems like Taryn and I were at least in the front because we were talking and stuff.
Yeah, I think the three of
I like
us.
to be in the middle, but I'm being like trailed by like forest skeletons.
Okay.
Oh, wait,
interesting.
horses. Oh. No.
Skeletons
yeah.
are the caboose.
I would take the rear.
Okay. Well, that's good that you said that. Give me 4 dexterity saving throws for your skeletons.
Then the skeletons aren't out.
No, I don't have them out.
Oh, yeah, I thought you said there were 4 trailing behind you.
Yeah, because they can travel at horse speed.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So then you'll be fine. You won't get hit. So you guys watch as, what's it called? Kalis, you cannot be surprised. So you would also be able to see this. As sort of circling in this U shape around you, this wall of distorted thorns pierces from the ground below, what's it called? Surrounding you on 3 sides and sort of standing in front of you about maybe 70 feet ahead is this elven figure. What's it called? Of this sort of smaller build. Maybe 5 foot, like 4 or 5. And as the storms kind of come up and begins like almost coming over you guys, getting ready to encompass you, you just hear a questioning voice just go, Zelthar? And that's what we'll pick off next session.
How
What?
dare.
Also, none of us can be surprised because if you're all within 30 feet of me, I have the dagger of warning.
Yes, the bullshit weapon.
So you would have heard beep, beep, beep.
Oh my gosh.
Great, I technically made it to the end wearing that hot death suit.
Alrighty, let me outro real quick. Thank you all guys for watching. As you can see, I am now Jung-un because he turned off his camera. Have a great night, and we will see you next Saturday.
Have a
Friday?
safe and happy Halloween.
Oh yeah,
That's been
not-
Saturday for a
Ooh.
while.
I'm
Yeah. it's
man.
been
I'm just
Friday.
logging
It's
fucking
Friday.
participation trophies at this point. Leave me alone. Alrighty, have a good one, you all.